just because of its use of cinematography, editing, and sound that do hit on all three of those levels. This is like the three crown. This is like Jamar Chase last season.
Why do you do it? Why? Why get up? Why keep fighting?
You must be able to see it, Mr. Anderson. You must know it by now. You can't win. It's pointless to keep fighting. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why? Why do you persist?
Because I choose to.
This is the construct. And real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. This is the world that you know.
Welcome to the Everything Movie Podcast. I'm here with
Logan, what's up, guys?
It's your boy Noah. Today we're going over Conclave, directed by Edward Berger.
Edward Berger?
Big Burger.
Because I see that this... Ooh, my pen just had a little accident. Ooh. Psych!
The Pope is dead.
With this death, 108 cardinals from all over the world come together in the secret conclave to elect the new head of the Catholic Church. It's probably the most secretive process, the most secretive election in the world, and I was super curious to peek behind those doors.
What other movies did he do?
Yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front, which we saw about...
Were we a fan of that movie?
It was very good.
Unsere Zukunft, die Zukunft Deutschlands, liegt in den Händen seiner größten Generation. Meine Freunde, das sind Sie! Darum auf in den Kampf! Für Kaiser, Gott und Vaterland! Yeah!
I mean, to be fair, I didn't know he did All Quiet on the Western Front until after.
True.
But, I mean, we can go over, some of the main actors in the movie.
Sure.
We got Ralph Fiennes, which we know from Schindler's. He might be a little hidden if you don't recognize him. What other movies is he in? Do you know?
Harry Potter, the boy who's come to die.
Harry Potter. The boy who lived. Come to die.
Harry Potter overrated. Is it not?
But he hasn't even seen it.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's the main actor in the film. That is your Dean. Spoiler alert.
Interim coach.
Right. But I think this is the NFL. That is our main actor. There's supporting actors in the film.
Who are they?
You have Stanley Tucci.
Who's the bald guy?
Yeah. John Lithgow, which he's in Interstellar. He's barely in it.
Yeah.
I mostly know him from Daddy's Home too.
Oh my gosh. He's also in Planet of the Apes, which you haven't seen yet. But he's a delusional old man. So.
Yeah. But Daddy's Home 2, Hidden Gem.
Hidden Gem.
It's a funny movie. But so what was your pre-predictions of the movie?
Obviously, going into this movie, I didn't know the director, but based off the trailers and clips I've seen from the internet, I knew it was going to be a cinematography based movie, and also knew just from watching other reviews that the editing was going to be really good. So expectations wise, I felt this was going to give me something that other movies may not give as far as those films. I was actually expecting it to be in line as far as cinematography goes with Maria. Really? And as far as its color usage rather than maybe the shot it filmed. Those are my expectations. I would say my rating pre-prediction was probably at least an 8.
Well, you changed it, no?
What was it for?
7.5, 7.
Okay, so more like 7.5, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go 7, just because usually I like these type of narrative movies, but I did kind of expect it. I don't want to bring the narrative of a PG movie, but I do think that I wasn't expecting to see actual action. Not it's an action movie, but for how much dialogue it showed for it being labeled as a PG movie is crazy. So, I mean, I think it was a 7.5 movie.
Okay, cool. So
I
you want
had
to go into
previous hype, so.
Okay, cool. So we want to go into pros and cons?
Yeah, we can, let's go over that in the summary of the overall movie.
Okay.
You want to go over the summary?
Sure. So, I guess summary of the movie, we have our interim coach who, the main pope dies, and now they need to find someone else to lead the conclave, which is a group of religious Christians out based in Rome to further their religion with progress, because it was set in modern times, meaning to adapt to the new ways. As the movie progresses, you find out more details and things, and people who were ahead in the vote end up being corrupt, and then someone new comes up, and then we find out something else about them. So it's a game of strategy and a game of, it's not a game, it's religious war.
Religious war, and what we saw minimally from Stanley Tucci with the chessboard. I do think it is a big chess match with all the people. I mean, it's not really just one chess match in general between 1 and 2 people. I mean, I guess with John Lithgow. John Lithgow. I mean, he's one of the main. Tremblay also is what his name is in the movie. I mean, he is the main, portrayed to be the bad guy because he was with the Pope before he died.
Yes, and he had secrets, basically, which propelled the whole plot in the beginning, that our boy
was buying off people and then had planned.
And it's almost like a little investigation thing going on at the same time in the background.
Spoilers. I think the editing is phenomenal. I think the editing.
Oh, I thought you said the girl.
So let me understand this, because maybe it's me, I'm a little up, maybe. But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you. I make you laugh. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
You know how you tell a story. What?
No, I don't know. You said it. How do I know? You said I'm funny. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me.
Oh yeah, by the way, I did not bring up the fact that her actual name is Isabella Rossellini. She is nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Very deserved.
Yeah.
Very convincing performance.
Yeah, she's there for 4 minutes, says a couple lines, disagrees with our main character.
And then stands up for him at one point.
Yeah.
And that was it, right?
Yeah. Basically it. I don't know really, I mean, you see, some of, her reasonings, but, it's,
Is she interesting as a character for you?
No, she's not.
Is she even a character at that point?
No.
Is she a background actor?
I also do think maybe you can make it a little bit of a con. Maybe it's some backstory if you're going to make her that big of a character.
I don't think they made her that big of a character. I think the Oscar made her that big of a character. So, if anything, I don't want to hit the writing for that. She wasn't important to the movie at all, actually.
Yeah.
So, if anything, I'm glad they didn't try to elaborate on her character at all, because at the end of the day, I don't care.
I do also like you do have your main character as the main center point of the movie, directing everything. He is the dean. He is your interim head coach. But I like how it's just not always focused on him. And like we said, it's a big chess match, so you integrate with each people. With Stanley Tucci, our Mexican guy, a little bit, which we do see him at the very end of the movie in a big way. I was not expecting it. It did touch on the subject between what candidate likes gays or not, and the whole gender norm of modern day, and which we'll find out at the end of the movie. But I do. That's one of my big things. I really like how they spread apart.
Okay, what's your biggest problem with the movie? You want to go with mine? I think of yours. My biggest problem was the lack of expansion of the plot. I hoped they're going to do something more, and they did do something more, but it wasn't enough for me to call this something as a Best Picture kind of movie.
Yeah.
The premise is really good, especially the beginning. I just wish it stemmed off more than where it did. It would have been a really good expansion on the movie, in my opinion. The internal battles that Ralph was having with his religion. It would have made an interesting story for me, at least, because he would mention to former Mexican that he was having. He would never be a good pope because he was having like trouble praying, and he was having like fighting his like, I guess, religion and what he believes. He was having doubts. I felt that could have been a good expansion. Mm-hmm. So that's where I feel could have been just something more, maybe something more profound that he would have found out of this stuff. Yeah, what was your biggest problem with the movie?
I do feel like the plot, like the overall, I agree with your point, but I think it lacks not depth between each character, but I do feel the writing for most of the characters are pretty good, but the overall narrative of the movie is pretty straightforward. It's this big chess match, who's gonna win, and like
it's all about voting. It's kind of all based on voting, right?
Yeah. I don't want to say it felt like a little jury trial. Like I'm not gonna like compare it to 12 Angry Men, but like it felt stale. And then you have your little plot twist at the end, which at the end I don't know if anybody really expected it. I mean, I knew that the Mexican dude was going to win. I completely predicted.
No. Okay, so for context, guys, he did say the Mexican guy was gonna win. That was your very first prediction in the movie. But then, as the movie progressed, you quote, I have it written down here on my computer. Yeah, there's no way this guy's winning. This was your words.
Well, I'm not surprised at the end of the day. The way he won shocked me. Yeah. But like him winning, I knew he was going to be integrated in some way, and I kind of expected him to be a little bit more. Besides his one call-out scene about like being in a war.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that would have also been a good expansion for the plot.
For his
maybe
war?
Get it some more interesting scenes from our Mexican priest. Who is he Mexican? He's Hispanic. Do you want to let's say he's Hispanic for now because we don't know exactly where he's from. I have my hot take.
What is your hot take? I'm excited to hear this.
I think this film, in my opinion, if executed down to the detail and it being the best it could be based off the premise with its already included cinematography and editing, if it's improvements in plot and writing, it could have been a masterpiece. Its music was also very good.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, at the after this, we'll go over if it does deserve it or not for each award.
Sure.
But yeah, I think the score blew out the water.
It could have been. This movie could have been so good.
I understand. Like the
vision was there. Mm-hmm. The plot premise was there. It just, I feel like if it did more and went above and beyond versus its expectations, it definitely could have brought me to a higher rating than what I have. So, yeah.
Do you think the whole like modern day aspect had any issue with it or no?
I didn't have a problem with that, especially because it was adapted screenplay, and it did kind of have like a better integration with the plot, with just more interesting premises that we may have not seen before. I actually think it brought something newer to the table versus if this was set in somewhere in the 1500s, for example, it just would have been the same stuff we hear over and over again from these types of movies. But this is definitely something different. Like, have you seen a movie that's like this?
No.
As far as the modern and the what do you call it? Where it's the modernism and the traditionism at the same time, and I felt like that brought a cool blend. Yeah. So,
all right. So I guess we can go over the awards.
Okay, sure. Let's hit it.
Let's start with the first one, score.
Score. It got nominated for score.
Yes.
And what was also in the score category? I'm guessing Wicked. I'm guessing Emilia Perez.
Yes, Emilia Perez, Wicked. It would have been Doom Part 2, but
got snubbed.
Yeah, Doom.
Because it wasn't. Oh, do you know why?
Yes.
Go ahead. Was it?
I think this is correct. I read it over an article. I think it is too similar. Mm-hmm. You can quote me on this or not. It's too similar to the first movie, which I can see, but at the end of the day, I do think that's completely bullshit. I mean, it's a different movie. It has different songs. I understand you have the same song in it, but it doesn't. I mean, it's all different stuff.
Yeah, so I can name you some right now. Let's see here. So, Best Adapted Screenplay. This is with A Complete Unknown, Sing Sing, Emilia Perez, and Nickel Boys.
Yeah, we haven't seen most of those movies.
Yeah, but based on this, what we have seen, which is none of them, Do you think it deserves his nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay?
Yes. I think he does a pretty good job up until the end of the movie, which it just goes all out of whack. But I do think it's a pretty
I'm going to go no for me. I think that's what lacks the most, in my opinion, to raise it up to a masterpiece, because I think all the other elements are there, but its screenplay / plot for me isn't there all the way. So that's what's keeping it from me giving that. It's not terrible, but I just wish it did more, because everything else in the movie does like a really good job. So that's just my opinion. It also got nominated for, let's see,
go to score if you can.
Best Original Score. Yes, Best Original Score. We have Perez, Wild Robot, Wicked, Brutalist, and Conclave. So what we have seen is Perez, we've seen Wild Robot, and we've seen Brutalist.
This
off
is
that list. It's tough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wicked's score is actually pretty good. I don't really know much about it, but does this beat Brutalist for you?
Yes.
I hate it, but I think it does.
I did say, for me at least, it did say that Brutalist music wasn't very memorable for me, and there was only a couple scenes where it was only the very ending, which I remember there being strong use of music. Okay, well, I'm glad we talked that. Obviously,
that's our
we think Emilia Perez doesn't deserve any award, because it's just not a good movie, not a good musical, and there's no redeeming qualities in the movie. So let's go to, let's see here, Best Supporting Actress. We have Isabella Rossellini on Conclave, with Wicked, Ariana Grande, A Complete Unknown of Monica Barbaro. I wish I knew who that was. Felicity Jones in The Brutalist, which is the wife, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Zoe Saldana and Emilia Perez. Do you have a favorite in this category so far?
I think
where's Isabella rank for you in those three?
I think she's got to be dead last.
She's dead last for me as well. Yeah. I don't think it's even close.
Okay, I'm gonna say mine.
I like Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, I think Saldana is the favorite.
She does kill. Okay, she is the redeeming quality in the movie, but that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Okay, so let's go to its other one. We have Best Production Design. We have Dune Part 2, Wicked, Nosferatu, and The Brutalist. If you can rank those, what would you rank them as? Discrediting Wicked, because we haven't seen it yet. Where would you put it? 1?
Dune.
Yeah. Dune with the goon.
All right, buddy.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Dune.
I agree.
I think it's the best movie
100%
of the year.
But we're going Best Production Design.
I think Dune Part 2 still wins it.
What would you put it second? For me, it's tied between two.
I know you love Nosferatu more than I do, but I'm still giving the edge to Brutalist.
I actually would give the edge to either Conclave or Nosferatu. For me, The Brutalist is last.
Whoa, okay.
But it actually, honestly, they're all three tied. If I can get it all tied, they're all tied.
Okay,
but
that's fair.
I'm just going based off personally what I liked. I did really like the production design and for this movie. So
it did win
Best Actor. You got Ralph Fiennes.
Best Actor. That is a big award.
It is a big award. We have Sebastian Stan, our boy. What movie do you play?
Down Trump, The Apprentice.
And then we have Timothy Chalamet.
Statistic. Why you should apply to Young Arts? Because you have nothing. It's your boy Lil Timmy Tim, aka 2 Inches Proud.
And then we have Coleman Domingo and Adrian Brody. Who do you think deserves to take it home? Based off what we've seen. So we have The Apprentice, Conclave, and Brutalist. What would you rank those three? I'll let you go first.
I think it's Beyond Us. I mean, just because I haven't seen Complete Unknown or Sing Sing yet. I think it's Adrian Brody by a mile.
By a mile.
By a mile. They don't.
Now, what would you rank next?
Conclave, and then I'd probably go Sebastian Stan after.
I agree. I probably would put in that exact.
Is it by a mile for you, or do you think it's a little closer?
I think Adrian Brody's in another tier by itself, unless Timothy does something absolutely amazing. I think this is. I liked him here better than Pianist.
Yeah.
So, it's just absolutely amazing, and Guy Pearce. So, I think they should win both actor categories, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So, let's go Best Picture. Okay, Best Picture. We have seen. We are gonna rank Anora, Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Substance, Conclave, and Emilia Perez.
Yeah.
What do you want to put at 1 as far as Best Picture? For everyone in the audience who doesn't know, because it's not really self-explanatory, it's kind of the best overall movie, right?
What I want to win is Dune Part 2. I think it's.
What do you think should win?
It's still The Brutalist.
The Brutalist.
The Brutalist.
Wow.
Do you disagree?
You gave for people who haven't seen our movie tier list, you gave Dune Part 2 a 9 something, and you gave Brutalist under 8-9.
Well,
so explain that.
Well, I think Dune Part 2 should win, but it's not gonna win. I think.
No, that's not what we're saying.
That's what you said.
Excuse me, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing.
What do you think should win?
It's still The Brutalist.
The Brutalist?
The Brutalist.
What?
You know what, Greg? You're not a good friend. Oh, how could you even say that? I'm a great friend. If you were a great friend, you would have told Mr. Winsky the truth. Okay, one thing. You can't get mad. You only care about yourself. You hated my cartoon. You made fun of my clothes. You disrespected Joshy. You broke my hand and you didn't even seem sorry. That broken hand was the best thing that ever happened to you. Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.
I want it to win, but I don't think it'll win.
Okay. Prediction: The Brutalist. But you think Dune should take it home for Best Picture?
I think Dune's the best movie there is. I mean, I could see a thing for a competition for Brutalist, but I just think Dune does the better job. I mean,
so the reason Dune Part 2 is up for a 9 for me is personal enjoyment. If I were to take out personal enjoyment, I think they're roughly the same.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it a tie.
That's fair.
And I would not be mad if either one of them won.
I think Brutalist is the better story.
After that, we were choosing between Anora, Substance, Conclave, and Emilia Perez. What would you put next?
I think we're on the same page.
Yes.
What did yours start with?
Yes.
All right, we're both on
Substance.
I did not like it.
It kind of aged on us.
At the very start, I didn't like it because I do think the third act of the movie is substantially worse than.
I disagree. Everything picks up and it becomes so fast paced, and you have such a perfect build up. Because you gotta remember, the third act is her killing her other self.
Yeah, well, I'm saying.
Remember when all the glass shattered in the main lobby area?
Yeah.
Where it was their penthouse,
mm-hmm.
and then it was once it started building up really fast is when the biker guy would come over, and then the younger one would have sex, and then it's running out of juice. So then it's they're starting to become sick, and I think it just led up perfectly to both of them waking up at the same time. That's just chef's kiss for as far as that goes.
Okay.
But yeah, I can see how some people didn't like the end, the very, very end.
It's a good. I do like the end where she is at the her star logo.
Little bop.
Yeah, but it's a little crazy with all blood and all that, and
I like it. It's grown on to me.
All right, buddy.
Fine wine. Aged.
Right. Oh, film editing.
Oh, oops. Sorry, guys.
I think that's the big one.
The big
so
bomb.
We got Emilia Perez, Conclave, Wicked, Anora, and The Brutalist.
So, this didn't get nominated for Best Cinematography. Actually, and you have Emilia Perez in here, by the way. For Best Cin.
Yeah.
And then you have Conclave. With one of its best uses of colors I've seen in a movie in a bit.
I do think it does rely on its utilization of spotlight.
I felt all of the scene settings were done like really well. Like super underrated one was in the movie theater room with all the blue seats.
Yeah,
because they're all like kind of set in like a circle, and like you also have like some people in the middle too, and it's kind of like the spotlight thing, which is what you're talking about from the natural like light coming in. The process by which the College of Cardinals elects the new pope, the color red, holds deep symbolic significance.
Yeah.
Martyrdom and sacrifice, which is the red vests that are worn by the Cardinals, signify their willingness to defend their faith, even to the point of shedding their blood and becoming Christian martyrs. Mm-hmm. The second one is authority. Red is associated with the Holy Spirit, who is believed to guide the Cardinals in their decision-making during the conclave. Mm-hmm. 3, I actually like this one a lot, secrecy and solemnity. Or I might be saying that right. Solemnity. Yeah, solemnity. The secrecy of the conclave and the gravity of decisions being made are underscored by the color red, which represents solemn commitment of the Cardinals to the process. But there was a ton of secrecy in that movie. Mm-hmm. So I do like what they did there with that. I feel like that did a good job of conveying that to the audience that, hey, there's something going on here that we don't know. Want to talk about the ending?
Yeah, the ending.
What do you think? Do you like it? Does it make the movie better, worse, even, neutral?
I'd be honest, I don't think it's needed. I can see its purpose, but I feel like you honestly... I mean, I still have a problem how much they didn't use the Mexican guy, like, at all. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have him in, like, 2 scenes.
But it could have worked, is what you're saying.
It could have worked, but I feel like you gave me maybe 2-3 more minutes of screen time with him with actual, like, meaningful, like...
scenes, dialogue with our
that
boy.
Conveyed him to actually be the worthful of the Pope. Mm-hmm. Then it would have worked.
So maybe your problem isn't with the ending, but rather the middle or the lead up to the end. So you saying that ending definitely would have been hit and would have worked well if they had set it up the right way. But because you didn't have the foundational build up for this character, it didn't hit.
Yeah, it's just like a big background that no one knew about.
Yeah. Interesting premise, interesting plot twist. I personally liked it. I do definitely agree with you on the fact that, at least for me, I think it would have made the movie a lot better if we had more scenes with him. Mm-hmm. That would have made the ending hit even more, because the ending did hit for me, and I think it did make the movie better than what would be just a normal ending. The Mexican guy winning and that being it. I just felt like that would have been really underwhelming. So my main critique is of it not doing enough, and it did something, but I wish it did even more. Mm-hmm. So there you go. You want to go into our one word?
Yeah. Do you have one word about
Yes. Or 2 words. So we have changed it to maybe 2 words. Mine is just 1 word though. Let's hear it.
Strategy.
Secrecy.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I like those words.
Mm-hmm.
So strategy and secrecy. Would that be the best way to describe this movie?
Yeah. Before we go into our ratings, we can go our recommendation.
Sure.
Do you think watching theaters, watch at home, on the couch with some popcorn, on the telly, or just throw it in the trash?
For me, it's not a throw it in the trash movie. It's either between streaming or theaters. Just because of its use of cinematography, editing, and sound that do hit on all 3 of those levels. This is like the 3 crown. This is like Jamar Chase last season.
I don't want to ruin this one. This type of love don't always come and go. I don't want to ruin this one. This type of love don't always come and go. Deep into the end zone and caught by Chase. Oh my goodness, what a crap!
Go watch it in theaters.
Yeah, this bite is no ball. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think definitely watch in theaters.
Okay, cool.
Its editing is phenomenal. I do think it should win, probably. For being
Chef's kiss.
All right, buddy.
He's the one behind this edge streak. He's the Rizzler. The real Sigma. He's been hiding under my hat. He's been edging me for days.
You must not let any beta define your kiat because you're from Ohio. Your only limit is your logging. Anyone can age, but only the Goobers can be gapped.
Cool. Any closing stuff? Or ratings?
Yes, the ratings.
It's cinematography, editing, and score. We can all agree.
I
think it landed for all three.
Do you think the cinematography is a masterpiece? Do you think, like, what do you're making it out to be really, really good?
I think it is, yes.
It's good, but I don't think it's really
I think it's on the same level as its editing, and
I think the editing's a lot better.
You either hit or miss with these types of movies, and I think he hit on all three levels.
I mean, it definitely hit, but I don't think it. I mean, it definitely should have been an Oscar nomination.
You gotta realize, like, it's not just like just the how, even the how shots or where the shots were like they were good, but it's the use of color. Like, you don't get movies like that.
Yeah.
And its overemphasis conveys to the audience those things too. So with that in mind, it could have been a 9, but with that in mind and those things, I gave Maria a 7.75. So I'm going for this movie a 7.25. Final rating. What do you have yours at?
I might have a 7.9.
7.9.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
This is a good movie.
High as hell.
Your 7.25.
So yeah, Maria is a worse movie. That's crazy. When we both agreed that the plot for this is worse.
Yes, I don't think I don't think it's blown out of the water worse.
So we're gonna shout out some movies. We have recently watched Maria. He doesn't like Maria as much as I do. I love Maria more. So go watch that, see if it deserves its nominations for cinematography. And I guess, I don't know, there's another one. It was editing? No, I forget.
Yeah, only one cinematography.
Okay, yeah, so best cinematography. But go see if that's better than the Conclave, and let us know down in the comments.
Make sure to go look at our socials. We have your Letterboxd and Instagram down below with our sheets. Thank you.
That you travel on, there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you've been